guys, my name is Miranda. I'm here today to talk to you about how I got my place through clearing. And so the first thing I want to talk to you about is how I actually came to the decision to call UWL. So before I came to UWL, I was actually studying at Reading University for a degree in BA Archaeology and Museum Studies, which is obviously completely different to the music degree I wanted to do here. So after I completed my first year, I made the very hard decision to leave my course and go into the unknown, and it was very important for me to weigh up my options. So I did an extensive Google search and was looking for any universities that were still accepting people for places. And I had heard about the London College of Music from a couple of my friends that were already studying, and so I thought I would just give them a try, and luckily for me they were still accepting people for places. So I was able to speak to a senior lecturer actually on the course that I wanted to study with, and he was incredibly very nice, really soft-spoken, and actually went through all the course options and course modules in detail. And he answered any questions I had and even explained all the performance opportunities that were available, like the LCM Camerata. And it was just generally nice to have someone there that understood the nerves that I was experiencing and was able to subside them. And he was actually able to give me a place there and then based on the credentials I had, so it saved me a lot of stress. Plus, he also got me in contact with the course leader and the head of the strings department directly, so I was able to email them and explain my situation to them as well. So the next thing I want to talk to you about is how I felt at the time I made the call and after I made the phone call. So obviously beforehand I was extremely nervous. I mean, I didn't know whether they would even accept me, did I have the right grades, but at the end of it, it was far nicer to actually know that I would be studying a degree that I would really like. And so my final thing I would like to talk to you about is what advice I would give to you guys who are thinking of coming to UWL through clearing. So my first piece of advice would be, don't be hard on yourself just because you are coming through clearing. It doesn't make you any less of a person. The university won't think any less of you just because you're coming through clearing. And I think that's a big stigma for people that are actually in a position like mine. But you don't have to worry about any of that because the universities do not have favouritism and they do not have stigma or prejudices towards anyone coming through clearing. They're extremely helpful and they are still wanting people on their course, which is why they actually put these courses available through clearing. And so I just think of clearing as another chance to achieve your goals. My final piece of advice would be, don't be scared to ask lots of questions. I mean, if you have the opportunity to speak directly to a senior lecturer, then that's the best chance you're going to get to actually find out firsthand what your degree is going to be like, rather than just looking at a website or looking through a prospectus. So that's it from me about how I got my place through clearing. I wish you guys the best of luck for all your endeavours, and if you're going through clearing then just don't worry and it's going to be great. So I wish you guys luck. See you soon.